Hi everyone, my name is Miss Yuli and I am a member of AmeriCorp. Here at Safe Passages in Oakland, I currently work at Esperanza Elementary School, and today I'll be reading to you just a small portion of this book called Journey for Justice, The Life of Larry Itliong, written by Don B. Mabalon, with Gail Ramasanta and illustrated by Andre Sibayan. Like I said, I will only be reading a small portion of this book. But I encourage you to go out of your way to look for this book if you enjoy it and you want to know more about it. Like I said, I do encourage you to look for the book at your local libraries or any bookstores. So I'll go ahead and begin. Modesto Dulay Leong was born on October 25th, 1913, to Francisca and Artemio Itliong. Modesto, who was given the nickname Larry, was born in the Philippines in a village called San Nicolas. He was born during typhoon season, a time of heavy rains and wind. San Nicolas was a small but beautiful town surrounded by nice fields, coconut and palm trees, green mountains, rivers, and waterfalls. The village was in Pangasinan province, another word for region, on the island of Luzon, the largest island in the Philippines, a nation in the Pacific Ocean made up of more than 7,641 islands. Larry spent his childhood playing and working with his three brothers and two sisters. He loved to play baseball. All the villagers knew Larry to be funny, confident, and friendly. Like many others in San Nicolas, Larry's parents were poor farmers who had little education. There wasn't even a high school in the village. Larry only attended school until the sixth grade. At the time, the Philippines was a colony on of the United States, and the U.S. controlled the island nation schools, government, military, and economy. All schools were taught in English, and if Larry tried to speak in Ilocano, the language he spoke at home, the teachers punished him by hitting his hands with a ruler or worse. Larry's teachers praised the United States as the best, most beautiful and modern country in the world. Larry and his friends dreamed of going to America to see it with their own eyes. Larry's neighbor was one of the thousands of workers who left the Philippines to work in the sugar plantations and farms of Hawaii and the United States. These farms and plantations needed laborers, and Filipinos traveled to the US to work and study. The neighbor wrote letters to Larry to brag about his adventures. Schools are good here, Larry's neighbor wrote. You can finish high school and college very quickly. Larry liked the sound of that. In school, Larry learned about abogados, attorneys, also called lawyers, who helped people with their problems. Some lawyers were rich and powerful people who represented his province in the Philippines legislature. Larry imagined himself debating with others and helping poor people. I want to be like that, he thought. He imagined himself with a briefcase, wearing a suit and a beautiful wool fedora, just like he saw in the photos that his neighbor and villagers sent from the United States. He could study to become a lawyer in the US in his American textbooks. Larry read that everyone had equal opportunities for success in America. So, as you can see by the small portion of the book, um, Larry continued his journey in efforts to become a lawyer, to travel to the United States. And he was able to get there. He was able to get to the United States eventually. And he did a lot of things for farm workers who were underpaid and who were being not treated in the best ways. But like I said, if you do want to follow Larry's journey and learn more about what he did, who he was, and who he grew up to be, then go ahead and make a note of this book, Journey for Justice, The Life of Larry Leong. And you can find it in your local library or maybe a bookstore. Um, but yeah, other than that, thank you for listening to the story. And I hope it encourages you to go look for it so you can finish the story.